There's another night done and dusted in the camper over at Kawhia again. Tide's just started to come back in. Went for a flounder last night, never even seen a single flounder. It was so murky, don't know why, but the water was so murky last night, and it still looks pretty bad again today. Quite cloudy looking, and couldn't actually see any flounder at all, so it was unusual, but plenty of sprats around. I was throwing the throw net in here last night and got a few sprats, so bit of bait anyway. But yeah, pretty cool. Right, just chuck this in the back. Head off to the wharf. Head off down to the wharf for a fish. A few been cruising around there, a few Kawhia cruising around there, heaps of mullet been jumping. Went out in the boat yesterday with my brother and set the net out. Didn't do much good with the net. I think he got a couple of flounder on the second one when he pulled that in. And that was with the mullet net, but yeah, a couple of flounder, better than nothing. And plenty of people jumping off the wharf, scaring half the fish away, but yeah, all having fun anyway, so good on them. It was actually the most people I've ever seen off the Kawhia wharf yesterday. It was bloody quite a few people there. I didn't really count them up, but there's a lot of people there, hardly any room in the car park, so yeah, down there having fun while the summer holidays are still on. But yeah, so anyway, head back down to the wharf now and have a chuck the line out and see what's around.
Are you coming? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's the one thing I was thinking, yeah. Thank you. How many's your pay? And it's his pocket.
Oh, tell it to go.
Some more big rod too. We just packed up ready to leave, and I had a live bait on this little Timu rod. Hooked the Kingfish and tried to wrap around the poles a few times. I managed to get it in and get the hook out and let him go.
Look, it's one over there. Oh, hey. Jada, shut up. Jada, no. Looks like you gave her a ride. What? You gave her a ride. Fishy. Then where do all the fish come from? There's a school of fish over there. What's that? It's a kingy. Huh. Is that just called? Kingfish. Are you something in? No, stop dying. What? I'm still wet. That was
They were swimming in the estuary.
What's that?
The estuary.
What's that?
Where we were camping.
Yes.
The tide came all the way up.
So what? There's just one big fish and then small ones.
You might notice in this stalk I'm wearing my Proears, which I mentioned in a previous video, and I've got those from Advanced Outdoors. Paid $200 for them. Well worth the money in my opinion, especially for someone like me. I've gone half deaf from all the shooting over the years, so I sort of need to protect my ears from future damage. And days like this when you're walking along and things are quite crunchy, when the deer are walking along it's quite crunchy as well for them, even though they're pretty stealthy sort of animals, those Sika deer. I certainly pick up on them wearing those. They amplify the sound quite well. each time I hunt down this ridge, I sit down here by the creek just to watch the opposite face there for a little while and just sit quietly. Last time I came down and I was wearing the Proears that time as well, they were amplifying the sound and I could hear something rustling around behind me. I sort of got the feeling it wasn't a deer, and it turned out it was a little rat, a baby rat, walking around in the leaves, and I could hear it from about 25 metres away. So it just goes to show how well these Proears work. I certainly wouldn't have picked up on it if I didn't have them in. Just down Desert Road at the moment, having a stalk for a Sika. Trying out the Proears again. Pretty handy on a day like this. Pretty dry and crunchy actually, and when I think I'm walking very quietly, these things pick up my footsteps and the elephant that's following me filming. Yeah, it's quite interesting hearing a lot more with these. Not a hell of a lot of sign around. There's a lot of leaves at the moment. These are the fresh leaves that are falling off at the moment, coming off in the wind, and the deer are feeding on these beech tree leaves. There's a hell of a lot of it at the moment. It's everywhere, so it's actually coming down like snow. A lot of dry leaves because it's summertime, peak summer. Or getting into peak summer, and a lot of fresh stuff falling down as well, so those deer are feeding up hard on that. Everything's growing actually at the moment, but it's very, very dry and crunchy. Track's getting a little bit just windfall and stuff on my track here, my cut track, so just as likely to see deer on the way back up as I am on the way down. But I'm just going to use this chance now just to clear the track up a bit on the way back. Just kick the sticks and stuff to the side. Makes it easier and quieter to stalk down next time. But yeah, these Proears, they certainly help pick up sounds. Especially for someone like me getting a bit older and a bit deafer. Yeah, so I'll keep my mouth shut now and carry on back up. Didn't see or spook anything on the way down, which is unusual. Normally there's almost always a deer down here, so yeah, might be one on the way back, you never know, they just pop up anywhere. Yeah, just another tip for summer hunting: if you're walking along a good trail like this and there's those dry leaves and they're pretty crunchy, see that line there, that dry crunchy line, you just step just on the moss on the side. Yeah, so you just step on that moss on the side and it's a lot quieter. But Sika are funny to hunt anyway. Sometimes you're walking along making more noise than ever and one will be nosy and come up to check you out, so just one of those things, but I try and be as quiet as I can. Just coming to check my Timu camera I've stuck out here quite a while ago. I think the battery should be flat on it. I had it marked on my GPS. It was on a good trail coming down from this ridge up the top. I don't know how long this tree's been down, but it's a big windfall. That big log there that's come crashing down. It's actually knocked that tree down, so the camera's looking bloody straight down on a bit of an angle here. So not expecting too many photos off that if that's the angle. And I'm amazed that that buckle just handled it. I'm surprised it obviously didn't hit right on it, but see how that big tree's come down, crashed on this and pushed it right down, and that strap stayed on. Crack up. I wasn't expecting that to handle it. I thought, oh well, that's where the tree was where I had the camera. Saddle smashed over. I expected it to be busted, but never mind. Be good to know if there's any photos on there. Batteries might be flat, so I should check them back at the ute, but so here we go. Well, it actually has still got a bit of battery in it because it's taking photos of my knees there just when I was taking this camera off that tree. And it's got a photo of or videos and photos of a stag right here with antlers. So it's obviously been feeding around just here. And videos of the stag just down here. I'll add those onto this clip as well, just to show you that stags walk through here. Just out here behind me. So yeah, they'll have to start taking a bit of a detour around this trail that was up here. Either that or they're going to jump over this log. But yeah, pretty cool. We have the photos and videos on here, and a stinking possum, of course, because there's bloody heaps of them around. But actually looks like not a bad head too, especially for in here. They're not really big antlers in here normally, but there's 116 photos on that camera. Might just flick through a few more and then head back out to the ute. But yeah, pretty cool. Glad the camera's not smashed because I'm starting to run out of cameras. I've had a few stolen, a few SD cards getting stolen lately, but yeah, oh well, carry on, have another stalk. Yeah, so I actually just checked the date on that camera. That stag was there yesterday, so that was pretty cool. It's only pretty fresh, and there's marks right back to November. When I was here in November, there's deer and the odd possum, but mainly deer, hinds and one spiker just cruising around through here. So it's pretty cool to see that bit of sign round, and pretty cool to see that stag. He had looks like very hard velvet on him. To see the bottom tines, couldn't see whether he was an 8-pointer or what, but yeah. And then the night vision camera, when as it's walking away, you can see some antlers on one. The night vision's not that great. Night videos for those Temu cameras are not that great, especially under the canopy of the big bush here. I have had some very clear ones if it's out in the open on a nice open clearing, but down here not too flash. That's one punga that the stags rubbed up last year, so I wouldn't mind betting that same fella's going to hang around here and he'll rub it up again. Yeah, pretty cool spot. That's a trail, comes straight down the side of that hill, and I don't know whether they're going to jump over that tree now or whether they'll just go around the top of it, but pretty good little bit of a trail right through all this area here. It's quite open. You see those deer feeding, you can see them in the video nibbling and feeding all around this stuff here. They don't, this is that pepperwood or pepper leaf, very bitter to chew on, and the deer don't bloody touch it really, so yeah, there's plenty of that around because they don't touch it. Not much of anything else, but this is what they're feeding on. There's these little beech leaves. They'll be eating plenty of these at the moment. Yeah, they actually eat some of that moss there as well. I've seen them nibbling on the moss. So yeah, oh well. Carry on back out and keep cruising around, have another bit of a look. Hayley's waiting back at the camper. I'm not sure where we're going to stay tonight. Might go for a fish down Rangipo Intake Road. Down off the end of the Rangipo Intake by the dam where the water's blasting out that pipe. It's pretty good fishing down there, so yeah, might have a look down there and then decide where we're going to park up for the night. Probably come back down Kaimanua Road or something, back down here. Yeah, oh well, carry on. A bigger too.
Yeah.
Stand back, it's huge. It's a fat little bugger, eh?
Yeah.
Colours, eh? Not off.
Mm.
That was about £2.